Today I'm gonna put the fuel tank on this truck and hook up oil pressure gauge, I think. Last night I came out here and installed the new fuel pickup. The tank was $100 and so was the sending unit. Anyway, I installed that, put the hoses on it, took the old tank out of the cradle, and I see that one of my straps is rusted in two right there. So I'm gonna fix that, put everything together and put the tank in. Shouldn't be too bad. I ain't sure what she's contemplating, but she's contemplating something. Anyway, I said I was gonna get right on this gas tank, but I got sidetracked. I had to put new shock bushings on the bottom of those Rancho shocks on the black truck. But anyway, I popped the rivets off. They're right here. And I've made myself a new little piece of steel. I'm going to weld that right there with my little torch. And I'm going to make 3 new holes and put it together. And then I'll have a gas tank strap again, which will be good. You can't, a watched battery never charges.
It's like a watched pot never boils.
That's right. What are you working on over here?
A Christmas gift.
Well, I got the fuel tank all in its holder here, and now I need to jack the truck up and slide under there and slip it in place. Somebody asked me how hard it was to hook up the fuel lines. I don't expect it to be that bad. I've made these a little bit longer so that I can hook them up while it's laying on my belly, and you know, that's why I grow this belly, so I can lift stuff up under there.
Gets much bigger, you can set your plate on there.
That's not funny. Alright, this probably never happens to none of y'all, but I had a good idea, I thought, but it turns out it wasn't so good. Figured I'd let these hoses be a little long, and then I'd hook them up in there when I could get my arm up in there, and everything, they'd loop and be okay. But the trouble is, if it's so tight that it kinks the hose. So if the hose is kinked, new gas tank won't do you no good. So my next idea is these little steel lines right there are attached to the frame with a bracket. I don't know if you can see that, with 2 bolts. I'm going to take them loose and take them loose from the other side right here. Hook those lines to the tank, and then as I feed the tank up in there, just make sure those get fed over top of the frame. That's my idea now. Alright, there you can see I got that hooked up. So now that part should be able to lay right over the frame right there and go. That's my idea. Alright, there it is, all installed. And the hose is hooked up and everything. Mrs. Heavy Chevy's been in there grinding using my my cordless grinder, and the battery goes dead about every 5 minutes. I haven't gotten around to telling her she could just plug in one in and keep going. I better do that pretty soon. Alright, the next thing I need to do, I think, is I'm going to rig an oil pressure line. I need to take that plug right there out and find some adapters and whatnot and some oil pressure line. There, somebody's got some runs on the oil pan. What's up with that? Stoney was asking how to run starter wires on his truck. This is how they run on this one. Everything comes out the solenoid right there and then runs right up beside the oil pan. Was digging around in my stash and found this. It's an old oil pressure gauge. Kind of a dorky looking bracket though, ain't it? But I guess that'll work. Tell me,
You got less than 10 minutes. Let's go.
That's what I wanted to hear. You got less than 10 minutes!